Hello, welcome to Shad Life. I just took these stock wheels off of the Polygon Siskiu T8 and I put my carbon wheels on here, which also have much nicer hubs. They have the DT Swiss hubs on there, the 350s, I believe. And this also has a little bit lighter tire. It's the same size, 27.5 by 2.6, but it's the Butcher Grid Trail T9, which are a little bit lighter than the Hans Stomp that came on the bike. But the big weight savings is going to be the carbon rims. So this bike used to weigh 33.5 pounds. It was actually over 34 pounds, and then I went tubeless on those. That took off almost a pound. And then I am putting these wheels on, and I'm really curious to know how much weight I will drop on this bike. Any guesses? Put your guesses in the comments before you finish watching this video. Let's get it on the scale and see what happens. Are you ready? Let's check it out. It's actually quite amazing. Yep, that is 2 pounds that were shaved off of this bike, and it's 2 pounds outer rotational weight. Sure, some weight was saved in the hubs. This also has alloy nipples, so I have a feeling this bike is going to ride really nice now. So I'm going to be gaining quite a bit here. Not only am I gaining the lighter weightness, but I'm gaining better hubs with better engagement and so on and so forth. I switched over the rotors and the cassette. That's an SLX cassette, so it's got the aluminum outer chainring, which is actually lighter than the cassette that came on my Jaffe there. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm taking this up to Cuyuna this weekend, and we'll talk about how it rides on the carbon wheels. And I already know I like these tires. I would prefer to find a different rear tire. I actually had the Maxxis Recon back there, but I really do not like the Recon. So for some reason, they're just not doing it for me. So I think I'm going to be okay running the grid on both the front and rear. I mean, I had the same tire on the front and rear there, and it felt great. So we'll see how that feels. But I would like maybe a little bit more rolling resistance on the rear and keep the beefy, grippy tire on the front. But yeah, that's it. This will be the next thing to try out and see how much it affects this bike. Keep in mind now, this isn't like a cheap upgrade. Upgrading to carbon rims with alloy nipples, bladed spokes, which are lighter yet, and the DT Swiss hubs is not a cheap upgrade. We're looking at $1,200, and then, you know, about 80 some dollars per tire, although you could just switch the tires over if you wanted to. And so now we're looking at a bike that's well into the $3-some thousand once you start doing these kinds of upgrades. But it is definitely an option. Like, if this platform is really good, which I feel like it is, and I love the Fox suspension, even though it's not the high-end Fox suspension, it's still Fox suspension. It works really well. I actually really like how it feels. And most of the components are really dialed on here. I'm just now noticing that I should probably make sure my chain is not caught up there. There we go. And then, you know, the dropper post, probably another place you could save a little bit of weight if you cared. Handlebars and stem you could save a little bit of weight, but like this wheel change is going to make a massive difference in how this bike rides. And so my next video, I'll ride up in Cuyuna and I'll talk about how it feels with the carbon rims. So then you can get an idea, like if you bought this bike to kind of get your foot in the door, it's a really good start and a really good platform. Then you start throwing upgrades on it, and you know, you can incrementally put money into a bike rather than just having to throw 4 or 5 grand into a bike right away, which is nice for a lot of people that don't just have 4 or 5 grand. And so I really am liking this Polygon approach that I'm doing here. I think it's a good way for a lot of people to go that, just don't want to dump a whole bunch into mountain biking right away. Sweet. I appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe, and definitely I look forward to the video of me riding this with the carbon wheels. I have a feeling that's going to make this bike ride totally different, and I won't be complaining about the weight of it like I did in my last videos. Peace.